Good morning, my dearest friends. We'll continue the story in the kingdom of fools. Okay. So we have done some of the paragraphs. Now I'm reading. Okay. And according to the paragraphs, I will just explain the important points. What shall we do? This was the question of the ministers. He said, when suddenly it struck him that all they needed to do was to find a man fat enough to fit the stick. Means see the decision, see the decree, okay, of the kingdom that they just came out of the real matter, and now they are finding a man who could fit the stake. Stake here refers to the fasika fanda, okay, the gallon, the noj, the pulpit. The servants were immediately sent all over the town looking for a man who would fit the stake, and their eyes fell on the disciple who had fattened, okay, himself for months on bananas and rice and wheat and ghee. And now they could see the disciple, okay, who did not accompany his guru and started living in the kingdom of fools, okay, and started purchasing everything with one dudu and just eating enough banana, enough rice, okay, and enough chapati and ghee, and had become very fat. And now they start carrying him. What have I done wrong? This was the question of the disciple. I am innocent. I am a sannyasi. He cried. They may be true. That may be true, but it is the royal decree. And what was the royal decree? What was the royal uh, announcement? That you find out a fat man, okay, who could fit the stake. That we should find a man fat enough to fit the stake. They said, and carried him to the place of execution where the hanging was going on, death penalty. He remembered his wise guru words. And what was the advice of the guru? That whenever you will be in deep trouble, okay, you just remember me, okay, I will come and help you. See the words. What were the guru words? This is a city of fools. You don't know what they will do next. While he was waiting for death, he prayed to his guru in his heart, asking him to hear his cry wherever he was. The guru saw everything in a vision. He had magic powers, okay. This was the magical power of guru, just like Hanumanji, okay. He can lift a big mountain. He can just toss the sun. So this was a miracle. This is not the practical one, but it is miracle one. Those who have miracle power. Same case is here with the guru. He had magic powers. He could see far, and he could see the future as he could see the present and the past. Means he could visualize everything, past, present, and future. He arrived at once to save his disciple, who had got himself into such a scrap, such a big problem, through love of food. As soon as he arrived, he scolded the disciple and told him something in a whisper. Means he convinced him, okay, something, suggested him something, okay, intimated him, okay, a plan. And that plan he whispered, okay, very silently in the ears of the disciple. Then he went to the king and addressed him, O wisest of kings. This is the foolishness. Actually, the guru is making him fool. We know that, okay, all of us know that the king was foolish, idiot, nonsense. But the guru is telling, O wisest of kings, who is greater, the guru or the disciple? Of course, the guru, no doubt about it. Why do you ask? Then put me to the stake first. Put my disciple after me. So this was the request, this was the demand of the guru, that if I am the elder one, okay, if I am the wisest one, so put me first to the stake. When the disciple heard this, he understood and began to clamor. Clamor means just asking for that, no, no, it is not guru, it is me. Me first. You brought me here first. Put me to death. First, not him. The guru and the disciple now got into a fight about who should go first. and it was just like a kind of mockery and just like a planning, okay, just like a strategy. They start fighting, okay. The king was puzzled. He was surprised by this behavior. He asked the guru, "Why do you want to die? We chose him because we needed a fat man for this stake. You should not ask me such questions. Put me to death first," replied the guru. But the guru was not intended to hear anything from the king. He wanted hanging, okay. He wanted to be hanged first, replied the guru. "Why? There is some mystery here. As a wise man, you must make me understand." Means the king wanted the guru to explain why you wanted to die first. "Will you promise to put me to death if I tell you?" This was the request of the guru. Asked the guru. The king gave him his Solomon words. Okay, the guru took him aside. Means aside, he refers to silently said to him, okay, out of the servant's earshot, and this conversation was only heard by the king himself and nobody else, and whispered to him, "Do you know why we want to die right now? The two of us, we have been all over the world, put, but we have never found a city like this or a king like you." This may be one question, okay. What did the guru whispered in the eyes of, okay, the king? So this is the things. The stick is the stick of the god of justice. It is new. It has never had a criminal on it. Whoever dies on it first be reborn, okay, as the king of this country, and whoever goes next will be the future minister of this country. So see how the guru is fooling the king. He is telling that this is the right place, okay, right platform, and right time, and right stake. Those who will die first, those who will be hanged first, he will be king of this kingdom in next generation. And those who will die say second, okay, next to the first, so he will be the ministers. So do you want me to be minister? I want to be the king of this city, king of this kingdom. And whoever goes next will be the future minister of this country. We are sick of our ascetic life. Ascetic life refers to guru sannyasi life. It would be nice to enjoy ourselves as king, okay, and minister for a while. Now keep your word, my lord. Keep your word means now fulfill your, promise, my lord, my king, and put us to death. Me first. Remember, the king was now known into deep thought, and now the king was foolish, being idiot, being nonsense. He was easily convinced, and now he will decide it was not the guru. I will just be hanged, okay, so that I could rule the kingdom once again in next life, and without knowing that it was the strategy of the guru in order to get rid of this foolish king. He did not want to lose the kingdom to someone else in the next round of life. He needed time. So he ordered the execution, okay, postponed to the next day and talked in secret with his ministers. It is not right to give over the kingdom to others in the next life. This was the, meeting, high profile meeting is going on, that we should not give this kingdom to anyone, and we should keep this kingdom, okay, in this life also and the next life also. Let's go on this stake ourselves, okay, and we'll be reborn as king and minister again. Holy men do not tell lies, he said, and the minister agreed. And finally, ministers were also holy men do not tell lies, he said, and the minister agreed. So he told the executioners, uh, the man who do the duty of hanging, okay, we'll send the criminals, okay, tonight. When the first man comes to you, that okay first, then do the same to the second man. Those are my orders. Don't make any mistake. That night, the king and his ministers, okay, went secretly to the prison, released the guru and the disciple, disguised. Disguised themselves means they just put on the clothes of the guru and disciple and just masked themselves as a guru and disciple, okay, as the two, and as arranged beforehand with loyal servants, were taken to the stake and promptly executed, and now they were hanged. When the bodies were taken down to be thrown to crows and vultures, the people panicked. The people were surprised, shocked to see the dead body of the king and ministers. They saw before them the dead body of the king and the ministers. The city was in confusion. All night they mourned, they lamented, they regretted, they cried, and discussed the future of the kingdom. Some people suddenly thought of the guru and the disciple and caught up, okay, with them as they were preparing to leave town unnoticed. And the guru and disciple were caught by the countrymen, okay, as and the guru and disciple were actually planning to leave the country so that they could not be noticed. We people need a king, okay, and minister, said someone. Others agreed. They begged the guru and the disciple to be their king and their ministers. It did not take many arguments to persuade the disciple. Means the disciple easily agreed, okay, I am ready to be a minister of a minister. But it took longer to persuade the guru. But the guru was not agree to for that. But he was requested, okay, for a long time, and then he just agreed. They finally agreed to rule the kingdom of the foolish king and the silly minister, or the condition that they could change all the old laws. And when they became the king and ministers of the kingdom, they finally changed all the old rules. And what were the old laws? That the work of night will be done in day, and the work of day will be done in the night, and everything will be sold and purchased with one dodo. So they replace all these things. From then on, night would again be night, and day would again be day, and you could get nothing for a dodo. It became like any other places. And finally, uh, the merchandise, okay, the selling and purchasing things were not fixed with one dodo, and in this way the story ends here. So you will do this, okay, and you will do all the NCERT questions of this story in the kingdom of fools, and you'll read once again the story. If any doubt, okay, you'll ask in the group. It's a very funny story, okay. All the best. God bless you all. Thank you very much.